What are your thoughts about abortion?
Abortion, I'd rather no one. I don't really like abortion. I'd rather it didn't exist. I'm not very for abortion, but there are times when you do need abortion, and it's up to that person and their rights and what they want to do. I didn't know that you'd have to detach and crush and the process it goes through and all the risks that happens with this. So now that I do know, there's so many other options apart from abortion, and I know it sucks and like the consequences and how it happened and why you might want an abortion, but there's always another option, and you just got to suck it up because it's a life.
You mentioned before there are certain instances or certain circumstances where you would support it in cases of rape, for example. Do you think that you change your mind on that, or?
So I did think that rape was like an exception for an abortion, but now that you think of it, some people try so hard to conceive a baby and it's so hard and it doesn't happen. So you can always put your child up for adoption. There's always another option.
What are your thoughts about abortion?
I feel like it's kind of a tricky subject, but I believe it's personal. I think it just depends on, the situation. For sure.
And would you identify as pro-life, pro-choice, or neither?
Pro-choice, for sure.
And would you support any limitations on abortion, let's say first trimester, second, or third?
I'm not really sure. I think as long as, I know with science, they kind of figured out like if the baby can or the fetus can feel anything. So I think as long as there's no suffering on either part, then I think it should be fine.
And then how did you come to holding the pro-choice perspective?
I just think that going through childbirth, it's tricky, and I think anyone who's not ready, or maybe there's certain circumstances, maybe rape or incest, and stuff like that, and having to be able to carry that. And then I just think that there's so many people that are having children that necessarily aren't in the right place or mentally, or emotionally stable. So that's why I'm like, you should be able to choose if you want to have a baby, and take that route, because it's a very serious thing,
One word, your thoughts on what you saw?
It was really graphic, and I didn't realize that the fetus would be so big. So then just kind of seeing it being like ripped apart and piece by piece, it just it's kind of unsettling a little bit. Like I said, I was shocked at how big it was, and I thought it would be like way smaller. So, yeah.
And watching these videos, how does it affect, your comfort level with abortion now?
Like I said, for me, like I am pro-choice, but I think once it becomes, when they're further along, like that size, that's when it's kind of like, yeah, but you're detaching them and they're bigger, and I feel like they could feel that, maybe like plan B is different, or like a few weeks before things have started developing. But I know circumstances, but still it's just kind of a little unnerving. It's like, wow, I didn't realize that was the way, like you think, okay, the suction, but it's like, wow.
When you're looking at that's development week by week, starting in the first trimester, when would you say would be a cutoff point for you?
No, I would say kind of like week 10, maybe.
And we're asking this because, if you're looking at that, it's...
I don't know, because I could see the fingers and the brain starting to develop. So I don't know. So I'm kind of even thinking like week 6 maybe, just because it's like you're between week 6 and week 7, because I feel like between 8 and 12, like it's just, you can see that more, and it's like, I don't know, that's more like So the videos that you guys show me has changed my mind, just with it being graphic and kind of being able to see and a little bit more knowledgeable about the week process. So I think, yes, circumstances, it still makes it hard, but because of the video, I think I kind of have like a better idea of what happens. And so I don't know. I think, yes, there definitely needs to be a cutoff point for sure.